the White House says lawmakers have until the end of the day to agree on a bill that would send another round of stimulus checks out to many Americans. This morning, what seems to be keeping the parties from agreeing on that relief package?
Spokane, Cheney, and Central Valley all announced their school year will start online. Other states are making similar plans. A local school in Midwest says their online classes have dress codes. So we're talking about that this morning. What do you think? Head to the KREM 2 app to vote now in our live poll. We're going to share some of those results next, and they're pretty shocking.
Up with KREM begins now.
7:30 now. Thank you for joining us here on your Friday edition of Up with KREM. We've got some fantastic pictures from viewers of the beautiful double rainbow that we saw last night. We got one from Spokane Valley, one from North Spokane, and the Green Bluff area as well. And of course, this comes after the rainfall that came yesterday. And if you snapped your own picture, we want to see it as well. Send it to us at 509-448-2000. You can also upload it to our new Near Me feature on our KREM 2 mobile app. Some of these, where's the one that there's one that I really like. It's super pronounced, Dana Marie. I love seeing these kinds of visuals coming from us because sometimes we don't get a chance to see these, because we have to go to bed a little earlier than most people, but it looks like this one might have happened while we were awake still.
I know, Josh, it was so beautiful. That's the thing with some weather that we haven't really seen lately. We haven't gotten rain, and rainbows after rain are so incredibly beautiful. So what a great way to start our Friday.
We had that rainless streak for what felt like weeks, and of course I know a lot of people looking forward to getting some moisture. Everyone wants to make sure that everything gets watered properly, but are you thinking that we're going to get a chance of maybe cooling down towards fall-like weather? That's what Evan seemed to suggest earlier, right?
Yeah, I mean, Evan was talking about a cold front coming through, but that's going to heat up later on. But I am looking forward to that fall weather. Let me tell you, fall in Spokane is my favorite. Well, let's check in with Evan and Ronnie this morning to see what else our Friday morning forecast includes.
Looks like today we're talking 70s. We got a little bit of a cool down on the way thanks to that cold front that came through. But we did enjoy earlier on in the week 80s and a few 90s, mainly early in the week. Yesterday we were in the low 80s. Today we're in the upper 70s. It's going to be a cold one. And for the morning hours, boy, upper 40 and low 50 degree lows. So it is chilly as you step out the door. A few showers still clearing out on satellite radar view, but otherwise dry weather for the most part. We've got a few clouds overhead in Spokane. Temperatures 75 degrees. That's what we're going for. Between about 4 and 6 p.m. is when we'll hit that peak temperature. We've got a few clouds that are hanging out with us this morning like we talked about, but those are going to clear out progressively as the day goes on as we see those residual showers move out too. 82 for Saturday, 84 for Sunday. A few clouds on Saturday that will clear out by Sunday. So Saturday's still going to kind of involve a transitionary day toward drier weather by Sunday. And notice those overnight lows are still pretty chilly, especially going into early Sunday morning, low 50s and upper 40s. So just remember, a light jacket on hand may be best for you as you head out the door.
Thank you, Evan. 7:33 now. Happening today, Republicans and Democratic lawmakers are all still trying to agree on a new COVID-19 relief package set to be decided by the end of the day. White House officials say that President Trump may take executive action if negotiations fail.
The president's first choice is to do a deal. We've said that. If we conclude tomorrow that there's not a compromised position on the major issues, the president has alternatives in executive orders.
Now, the main sticking point is $600 per week in extra unemployment benefits. Of course, that did run out last month, but Democratic leaders say they want to renew that program, as Republican leaders say they want to cut the amount. Both sides do seem to agree on another $1,200 cash payment to many Americans. White House officials have set today, as we mentioned, as the deadline to reach that agreement. Also happening today, the July labor report is expected to be released. National economists predict 1.6 million jobs were added in July. We compare that to 4.8 million jobs were reportedly added back in June. And of course, we'll keep you updated as new numbers are released this morning, because those numbers could help paint a picture on how much reopening states have helped the economy over the summer. Back in June, by the way, the national unemployment rate was at 11% compared to 3.5% in February before the pandemic hit. Nearly 1.2 million laid-off Americans have applied for state unemployment benefits last week. That's according to the latest report from the Department of Labor. Jobless claims reportedly declined by nearly 250,000 from the previous week. the lowest number of claims since mid-March. Claims are still at alarmingly high levels. Last week was the 20th straight week that at least 1 million people sought out jobless claim. Now, prior to March, the number of Americans seeking unemployment checks had never surpassed 700,000 in a week, not even during the Great Recession of 2007 to 2009. Looking here in Washington, unemployment claims are at their lowest level since March. The Seattle Times reports that just last week, Washington workers filed the smallest number of claims since the pandemic began. During the first week of August, the state received close to 25,000 claims for unemployment funds. According to the State Employment Security Department, that's a 13.4% drop from the week prior. State unemployment numbers are still at a record high, nearly 4.5 times level of what we saw at this time last year. Claims jumped from 14,000 to 130,000 when pandemic-related layoffs first started. Looking to Idaho this morning, unemployment claims are also down, this time 23% compared to mid-July numbers. According to the Idaho Department of Labor, over 25,000 continued claims were filed last week, marking the 13th consecutive week in which those continued claims have decreased. Dana Marie?
Thank you so much, Joshua. 7:36 now. We're looking at what's trending. This week, multiple school districts in our area announced the school year will start online. But we want to know what you think. Should there be a dress code for online classrooms? You can also vote in our KREM 2 live poll right now. 57% are saying no way, 43% saying yes, of course. So it's almost split right down the middle this morning. A lot of people having opinions on social media as well, so you can jump on those conversations. Well, there's a school district in Illinois right now that's enforcing a virtual classroom dress codes, and parents are not thrilled about it. And like I said, this morning we're talking about it on our Up with KREM Facebook page, and a lot of you had some things to say. So far, our viewers have been pretty divided. Janet says, we're ready for the day. Encouragement would help students. Teachers could encourage it and make it fun. She says it might help keep a routine for when schools reopen. But Karen says schools have a dress code, but wanting kids to have a dress code in their own home doesn't make sense because you're only seeing them from the chest down. And then Chris commented that there should never be a dress code for school anywhere. Yeah, so a lot of people weighing in this morning. I don't even know what it would be like to be a student right now, Joshua. Parents and students trying to adapt. Interesting, though, a school in Illinois doing this already. Will this catch on as a trend? I don't know.
I will say, though, if we talk about it kind of the way that we've had conversations in the early months of the pandemic, too, about adults trying to dress as if they are going back to school, because that helps mentally preparing yourself for that process. I mean, I was coming to the studio every day regardless. Everybody else was working from home. Dana Marie, did it affect your workflow to wear pajamas from home for a little while?
I mean, it didn't necessarily affect my workflow, but it did. You feel different when you're not in an outfit that you're used to working. I mean, but at the same time, we're in a global pandemic. These kids are going through a lot, and maybe wearing a more comfortable clothing will keep them a little bit more comforted. So opinions on both sides. We thank you guys for voting in. Of course, you can see there 42% of saying of course, 58% saying no way, and you still got a lot of time to vote.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on those opinions and the numbers all morning long. Dana Marie, thank you. 7:38 now, and as some students around the U.S. do start to prepare for school this week, online and in person, there are still plenty of questions about what the rest of the year looks like. Let's connect the dots on what's working in schools around the world.
As parents, teachers, and leaders make tough decisions about sending students back to school, some are looking at the countries who have already gone back to class. But easy answers are hard to find. Let's connect the dots. First up, Denmark. It was one of the first Western countries to go back to school during the coronavirus pandemic. It returned on April 15th, but there were some pretty strict protocols in place. Kids were kept in small groups, arrival times were staggered, and many classes were held outside. They've suffered no significant spikes in cases. South Korea reopened in phases starting on May 20th. Its return to class has not been quite as smooth. There are plenty of rules in place, temperatures are checked, masks are required along with social distancing. But as the country saw a resurgence in Seoul and cases among students, some schools were forced to shut down again. Israel returned to class in early May. At the time, the country had pretty low transmission rates of coronavirus. But after reopening schools, the country saw those case numbers jump up, with some infections linked back to the schools. they were forced to shut them down again.
Coming up this morning, the city says they are ready to talk police reform. However, those waiting for action in Spokane will have to wait a little while longer, we explain. We also take another look outside. A cool down came yesterday. Will it continue into the weekend? Evan explains after the break.
At Wendell, you are respected, you are valued, and we have an experience tailored to fit your lifestyle.
Hi, I'm Courtney Pickens, and I've leased 2 vehicles with Wendell Ford. People should come to Wendell Ford because they make the process so simple. It's smooth, it's easy, it's respectful, and you are valued from the beginning of the process to the end of the process.
For your tailored experience, come see us at Wendell at the Y or Wendell.com.
If you're putting up with your carpet rather than enjoying it, the $7.99 sale at Carpet Barn is a great time to change that. Carpet 3 rooms with beautiful Shaw Floors Revolution carpet for only $7.99. During this sale, both Carpet Barn locations are offering high-quality carpet, pad, and installation. Plus, get interest-free financing. Shaw Floors Revolution carpet is in stock and ready for speedy installation. Get carpet, pad, and installation for only $7.99 at Carpet Barn.
When you need repairs to your vehicle, just look for this.
Your trusted, locally owned resource for efficient, cost-effective repairs.
Our Perfection Tire certified techs can do it all.
When that check engine light comes on, we can fix it. Need brakes? We can fix it. Factory scheduled maintenance, wipers not working, headlight out, squeaky belt, oil change, coolant leak, wheel alignment. Guess what? At Perfection Tire, we can fix it.
Why go anywhere else? We do it all. Nobody beats perfection.
This upcoming school year, there's a lot to think about. There's so much uncertainty. And you're worried about the quality of your child's education. You want to keep him safe and make sure his teachers are experienced with online learning. You're not alone. iSucceed Virtual High School can help. Online learning may seem new, but iSucceed has been educating high school students online for over 10 years, fully accredited and tuition-free.
Right now is the best time to buy an RV, and the best place is Click It RV.
I drive a Click It RV.
Right now, Click It RV has summer discounts that will bring you unbeatable savings. On travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, Class A or C motorhomes, both new and used, and more. Get the best deals and the lowest financing and the lowest price guarantee.
I'm Richard Sherman, and we guarantee it.
So don't miss the summer sale.
Get to Click It RV now. Are you going to be mad, bro? You probably already are.
And Click It RV has another new location in Moses Lake with sales, parts, and service.
You're watching Up with KREM.
Happy Friday. Thanks for joining us here on Up with KREM. It's time for your speed feed stories you'll probably see on your news feed today. Well, in Western Washington, a mysterious yacht has been hanging out on the coast. So take a look at your screen. It's been chilling offshore at the Elliott Bay Marina in Seattle. Turns out it belongs to a Texas celebrity who sports fans might know. The mega yacht's owner is Jerry Jones, and he owns the Dallas Cowboys. It's named after his wife, Jean, and it spans the length of a football field. It's a big one, but the most shocking thing to me is the sticker price, coming in at $250 million. Of course, it has a full gym, a pool, a steam room, massage rooms, a sauna, and of course, 2 helipads. For that price, it better have all those things. And have you guys been experimenting with some new food during quarantine? Well, here's a new trending food you need to definitely try right now. Cheetos Mac and Cheese. What a combo, my gosh. The new mac and cheese comes in 3 bold flavors: bold and cheesy, flamin' hot, and cheesy jalapenos. So this is a suggestion actually written on the box. They say top your mac and cheese with even more Cheetos. So this cheesy creation comes from the parent company, Pepsi, and if you're excited about it, it will be available starting tomorrow. Something new has taken over Instagram. If you're a TikTok user, it may look pretty similar. Reels is a new feature on Instagram that lets people create short-form videos to music. They can be shared with friends and followers and discovered while browsing the app. Now, if you're looking for these videos, Instagram has revamped its Explore for Reels tab. It's at the top of the screen where people can virtually and vertically scroll through, pretty similar for the For You page on TikTok. It's interesting to me how so many social media companies kind of take things from each other TikTok has been so popular,
Yeah.
Instagram as well. But maybe you should just TikTok and Instagram about your Cheeto Mac and Cheese.
I was going to say, I want to see an Instagram video of Jerry Jones eating macaroni and cheese on his $250 million yacht.
Perfect.
I think it makes sense. If
Let's tweet him. Let's request it.
If he can afford 2 helipads, he can afford this Cheetos macaroni and cheese and give it a try for all of us, right? Especially if he's hanging out near the Washington coast. I mean, come on, Jerry. Come on, man.
My goodness, how cool, yeah.
Yeah, all right, thanks, Dana Marie. All right, coming up, new developments this morning in the push for police reform in Spokane, as city leaders held a press conference announcing that they will hold formal talks about the next steps. But as our Casey Decker reports, real legislation is still a ways off.
Thousands of protesters have marched through the streets of Spokane over the past few months, calling for changes to the way policing works in the city. Demands ranging from more accountability and oversight to reducing police funding and investing that money elsewhere. What do we want? Defund the police! And Spokane city leaders say they're listening.
It's no longer enough to not be contributing the problem. It's important to be anti-racist and anti-bias and move things forward systemically.
But for now, listening is as far as they'll go. In a press conference, the mayor, members of council, and the police chief announced they'll begin formalized talks with a variety of stakeholders to figure out what action needs to be taken.
With the facilitator, we'll sit down and we'll just go through all of these things and do some deep listening instead of talking past each other.
Working in unity, not hashing and battling this issue out in public.
They say the difference between this and the dialogue that's already been happening citywide is getting everyone together in the same room rather than a series of one-on-one meetings. And they offered up a list of basic philosophies they want to guide these talks.
There are 24 of them that we agreed to that set the ground rules for how we're going to have some honest and some, quite frankly, some tough discussions.
This is not substantive other than really to say these are the ways we want to talk about it.
But those waiting for concrete action will need to keep waiting. There's no timeline on when these talks could become policy, though Begg says they'll try to conduct them with urgency.
And I want to make it clear that once we have those agreed upon things out there, we will start pursuing implementation right away on those.
Curtis Robinson, president of the Spokane NAACP, told KREM in a statement, quote, "I believe this shows great opportunity and has much promise. Since we were not a part of the conversation, our organization looks forward to being consulted on this and participating on behalf of our communities of color." Casey Decker, KREM 2 News.
Thank you, Casey. Taking a quick look outside this morning. If you haven't wandered out of your house yet so far on your Friday, Evan Narani will join us in just a few minutes to tell us what you can expect heading into your weekend. You're watching Up with KREM.
What you working on?
Oh, just puttering, tinkering, commemorating bizarre mishaps that farmers have seen and covered. Had a little extra time on my hands lately.
And that?
Oh, this? Just an app I've been working on. It's called Signal from Farmers, and it could save you up to 15% on your auto insurance. Simply sign up, drive, and save. But I'm sure whatever you've been working on is equally impressive.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
It's the Lazy Boy anniversary sale, and Lazy Boy is celebrating with buy one get one free recliners starting at just $6.99. Choose from 5 styles.
Welcome back, everyone. We are waking up on our Friday.
Fabrics and leather. Plus, get huge savings on sofas, love seats, sectionals, and more. Save hundreds on quality Lazy Boy furniture and accessories. Don't miss this store-wide savings event, the Lazy Boy anniversary sale, going on now.
Hello, my fellow Washingtonians. This is Jim Mattis, and I'm here to talk about that nasty virus, COVID. Make sure we're wearing the face mask, we keep the social distancing, and let's not go out any more than we have to. So over the course of my career, I've learned that divisiveness will never work in defeating an enemy. We got to all pull together. We can get through this if we're united, and we're going to win. So let's stick together, Washington, and keep up the good fight until we're on top of this. Thank you.
Subaru A Lot to Love event is going on now at Subaru of Spokane. We love Spokane. Our friendly staff provide exceptional customer service in a calm, relaxed atmosphere. Subaru of Spokane is located in the heart of downtown. Our sales and service departments are open and closely following all CDC guidelines. Check us out online or come see our large selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. We offer free delivery with every online purchase and free pickup and delivery for service. Subaru A Lot to Love event. We love Spokane. Subaru of Spokane.
Tired of the same old weekend routines? Come spend the day at Green Bluff. Over 35 local farms in a 12-mile radius. We make farm-to-table fun and easy. With a wide variety of fresh produce, craft beer, and wine, there's something here for everyone. Visit our website and call your local farmer today to plan your adventure. It's not just grocery shopping, it's fresh-picked fun. Green Bluff, just 15 minutes outside of Spokane. We're closer than you think.
Now, your local Storm Tracker 2 forecast.
Welcome back, everyone. We are waking up on our Friday morning with a little bit of cloud cover. Take a look up at Schweitzer Mountain. We've got some significant cloud cover over the mountaintops where a few residual showers are clearing out of North Idaho. But for the most part, the sun is still out. We are waking up to a beautiful start to the day, though temperatures are a little bit chilly, mainly in the 50s overnight. We're going to warm up to the mid-70s in the afternoon. 76 is that forecast high for us in Spokane as opposed to the average of 85. So we'll be below average with our afternoon high temperatures. But hey, that is what we get after this cold front has passed over us. Wind speeds right now are mainly in the single digits, though there are some double digits on the map here, including around Spokane at 12-mile-an-hour sustained speeds. Now, this cold front is the main reason for the winds that are still out there, the showers that are clearing out, and more importantly, that temperature change. It is much colder right now than just 24 hours ago. 16 degrees colder in Spokane right now than this time yesterday, 13 degrees colder in Sandpoint, 9 in Moses Lake, and 14 in Pullman. So just keep in mind that this was a pretty strong one that changed yesterday compared to this morning dramatically. We are, though, waking up to mostly sunny skies. The pressure map here indicating that pressure is rising. That's all the blue that we have is rising pressure. And what that points to with rising pressure is dry weather, clear weather, warm weather, as opposed to the opposite. If this were red across the board, we'd see that pressure fall and we'd have a better indication of showers developing. Future tracker does show that we stay dry, just like that pressure map shows, all the way through your afternoon tonight and into the evening. We've got a couple clouds that will drift in by your overnight hours, so we see that happen mainly tonight into early tomorrow. Showers taking place across mainly the mountaintops closer to the international border, and that continues all the way through your Saturday afternoon just a bit before those clouds break off and leave us with a pretty clear and dry Saturday evening. Sunday is going to be sunny across the board, looking really great as we head into about 6:30 a.m. on Sunday with nothing to note. High temperatures through this afternoon are going to be in the 70s and 80s. We've got still another chilly one on the way. 81 for Omak, 80 for Wenatchee. I shouldn't say chilly because it will not be cold, but it will be much different. 20 degrees colder in some cases than where our afternoon high temperatures were just 1 week ago. So it's definitely a colder start to the day and a colder afternoon expected. We warm up, though, to the upper 80s by Monday of next week. A little bit of a cool down from there, staying mainly in the mid 80s or so by the time we get to Tuesday and Wednesday, and a few clouds drift in with the possibility of some light showers around the middle and later portion of next week.
Enter to win the KREM 2 Ace Hardware Barbecue Grill Sweepstakes. Just watch KREM 2 News at 6 p.m. and subscribe to the News to Know email newsletter. Get the word of the day and enter it on the KREM 2 app or KREM.com.
At Wendell, you are respected, you are valued, and we have an experience tailored to fit your lifestyle.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Gina.
And we bought 3 cars from Wendell Motors. Throughout the day, I just kind of would get updates, texts, phone calls, and I was actually really impressed with how my wife was taken care of.
People should shop at Wendell because they make you feel like family.
For your tailored experience, come see us at Wendell at the Y or Wendell.com.
It was a Saturday. Chris was a good dad. His water practices, not so much. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Culligan. Got a water pitcher for the fam. Pretty safe, huh?
Well, basic water pitchers are passable, whereas a Culligan reverse osmosis system can reduce lead, arsenic, pesticide runoff.
You realize these have filters?
Chris, pour it out.
It's not going fast enough. Just done with that.
When your water's right, so is your world. I wrote that!
The first day of school is always exciting, but this year, kids are carrying around more questions than books.
When I think about this year, I'm nervous, scared, and excited. I have no idea what this year is going to bring.
Whether kids are in classrooms or at home, they'll need supplies to succeed. Tools to Schools is different this year, providing everything from pencils and paper to an internet connection. Please help us make their first day of school special. Donate at KREM.com. Sponsored by the Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Tomorrow can only be better with Wendy's breakfast. Win with a breakfast Baconator, honey butter chicken biscuit, sausage egg and Swiss croissant, or a maple bacon chicken croissant free with mobile order purchase. Tomorrow's looking good.
Excuse me, ma'am. Would you like to have my seat? A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
You're watching Up with KREM.
When our schools have to close, our kids suffer.
Leaders in Idaho are reiterating the state's plan to have students in classrooms this fall, provided it is safe to do so. The state's Board of Education this summer released guidance on how schools should operate based on local coronavirus transmission rates. Good morning, I'm Joshua Robinson. We've got important stories for you throughout the area, including this week as Idaho Governor Brad Little stressed the importance of in-person learning. And with the start of school just a few weeks away, many families are still trying to determine what learning is going to look like. Governor Little has doubled down now on the state's stance that classrooms should be open if it's safe.
I genuinely understand the deep concern of some teachers and parents about returning to school for in-person instruction. The expectation is that schools will not be closed for extended periods of time during the 2021 academic year.
Now, based on that state guidance, learning will play out based on local community transmission rates. As we mentioned, and education could either be in person, a blend of in-person or remote learning, or fully remote. And Governor Little has also announced that the state will stay in stage 4 of the state's reopening plan for at least 2 more weeks. Idaho is also allocating $85 million towards the safe reopening of schools. $10 million of those dollars will be for additional PPE. $48 million will go toward helping bridge the digital divide and equip schools with computers and other resources for successful remote learning. $21 million will go toward COVID-19 testing for teachers and school staff. Of course, we'll take a closer look at these numbers as well as other local school headlines and a look outside for your Friday morning forecast on the CW22.
Thanks for watching Up with KREM.
Buy Mart's Big Buys continue with this week's hot summer deals on everything our members need and more. Kick up the caffeine in your morning routine with Victor Allen brew cups. Stack up shelves in your garage with a Muscle Rack 4-tier shelving unit. And don't forget to stock up on Old Trapper pepperoni or teriyaki sticks to satisfy your summer hunger. Beat the heat and head on over to your Rathdrum Buy Mart to take advantage of these great deals and more. Big brands, big value. Buy Mart Big Buys.
You're strong. You power through chronic migraine. 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine. So if you haven't tried Botox for your chronic migraine, check with your doctor if Botox is right for you and if samples are available.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
95% of patients may pay as little as $0 for Botox, so text to see how you can save. Botox has been preventing headaches and migraines before they even start for 10 years. So ask your doctor about Botox today.
Does your bath or shower need a remodel? Bath Fitter can do it all. We will remove your existing fiberglass tub or shower and replace it with a custom crafted shower or soaker tub. All made in America at our state-of-the-art factory. We rebuild your walls with new drywall and install a custom-made tub or shower with seamless walls in as little as 1 day. All work is guaranteed and built to last. Call your locally owned Bath Fitter store now to book your free in-home estimate or visit bathfitter.com.
Watch the People's Court weekday mornings at 6 and 9 on CW22.
A cold front that moved in yesterday has dropped our temperatures down dramatically, leaving us with some pretty chilly temperatures this morning. We'll be talking, though, about clear skies and a warming trend on the way.
Reunited loved ones. Washington State has announced new rules for long-term care facilities. How you can see your family members once again.
Push to disband. Gun owners are fired up after the New York Attorney General filed a lawsuit against the NRA, where President Trump recommends the organization move.
Dress code debate. There's a new debate over a remote learning dress code policy as one school district tries to take control over what students wear from home. We'll get your take this morning.
Up with KREM starts right now with Jen York, Joshua Robinson, Evan Narani, and Dana Marie McNichol.
Well, one of the biggest holidays of the year might not happen. Of course, Halloween is now up for discussion of potentially being canceled this year because of the U.S.'s biggest terror right now. That's COVID-19, of course. And health departments are expected to issue guidelines for how to stay safe. But some are warning that you might want to find ways to celebrate that minimizes contact with people outside of your household. So this morning we're asking, what is your favorite part about Halloween? You can text us some of your thoughts at 509-448-2000 as we are welcomed in by the other members of the team here. Dana Marie, I know this is something that, we love seeing people go out and celebrate, get their candy, of course. I think there's creative ways to approach it and still enjoy your favorite things.
All right, good thing Halloween is mask friendly.
That's right.
So I think kids can be able to create some maybe fun costumes, incorporate their masks in it. Keeping kids safe is the #1 priority, obviously, but we can still celebrate and have fun.
Do you have a favorite part of the Halloween holiday?
I love looking at all how cute the kids are in their costumes, the princesses and superheroes, and I love creative costumes. I'm not very creative, so I leave it to other people.
I was that kid growing up whose grandmother sewed all of his unique Halloween costumes. So they were always superheroes because I was such a huge fan of superheroes growing up. So I'm right there with you, Dana Marie.
That's precious.
I agree 100%. Love seeing those new innovative costumes. And of course, we hope that we can see them again this year. We'll keep you updated on any developments with that. We do also want to take a live look outside right now. We know technically it is summer, but we've got a bit of that fall feel. Evan Narani joining us to explain what else we can expect today and heading into the weekend. Evan, what's going on, man?
Well, it looks like we really saw the effects of this cold front, felt temperature-wise, as this morning it is chilly. We're in the mid-50s. We woke up this morning to an overnight low of 50 degrees, nearly 10 degrees below average, and only a few degrees off from record low territory. I am standing in the perfect zone to avoid my son looking like that. So it works out well for me because I am avoiding the sun this morning. But it is a great thing to see once again after yesterday when that cold front came through and brought plenty of showers our way, breezy winds as well. Let's take a look at your satellite radar image over the last several hours. Mostly dry and clear going into now your 8 o'clock hour, which is good news. Those residual showers have mostly tapered off. Temperatures are going to warm up to the below average range, and that is the lasting impact of this cold front. We're going to be seeing afternoon high temperatures in the mid 70s as opposed to the mid 80s, which would be average for this time of year. So we'll make it to about 75 degrees coming between about 4 and 6 p.m. Let's take a look at your weekend forecast though as the warming trend continues. 82 for your Saturday, 84 for Sunday. A few clouds hang out with us for Saturday and then those clouds clear off and we see the breeze calm down too. So it's going to be a really nice weekend overall. I know it has kind of felt like fall for the last 24 hours, but it was brief and it will not last into the weekend because by the beginning of next week we're talking upper 80s as well. So I'll send things back to you for now.
Thank you very much, Evan. And of course, that summer heat means many of us look forward to getting out and swimming in local pools for some very much needed relief. But the coronavirus has made finding that relief more of a challenge. And Nicole Hernandez joins us this morning with the latest on where you can and cannot swim in Spokane. Good morning, Nicole.
And good morning, Joshua. So earlier this week, the city of Spokane Valley decided that they were going to close down 3 of their public pools for the rest of the summer. So the one that I'm at here, Valley Mission Park, is one of those that's closed. The other two is Park Road and Terrace View Park. So the city made that announcement on Facebook, saying that these pools will not open for the 2020 aquatic season. They also said their workers will be moving to other state agencies to help make other decisions like this and keep the community safe. There are other options for pools, though, if you're interested. The YMCA of the Inland Northwest was able to open their pools at a limited capacity in mid-July. They said they were following the guidance from Governor Inslee's office, keeping their employees and members healthy and safe. Their pools are available by reservation for people 14 or older. Now, as for all of Spokane County, we are in phase 2 of reopening. At first, that meant public pools and other public recreational facilities needed to be closed. But on Monday, Governor Inslee put out new rules. He increased the social distancing rules and limited large facilities to just 25% capacity. Governor Inslee also has put a pause on any counties moving on to the next phase last month. For Spokane, that means moving into phase 3 is not an option right now, but eventually would mean public recreational facilities can open at half capacity, and that includes public pools. Now, just across state lines over in Idaho, Boulder Beach will be open. Silverwood said earlier this summer that they will be having Boulder Beach open for the rest of the summer 2020 season. They will be open from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day. Live in Spokane Valley, I'm Nicole Hernandez.
Thank you very much, Nicole. Coming up also this morning here on Up with KREM at 8:06 now, as Washington state leaders have announced new rules for long-term care facilities. These new guidelines could give families and friends more access to seeing their loved ones during the pandemic. And here's what you should know, as long-term care facilities would have their own phased reopening plans. Phase 1 would allow for remote and some outdoor visits. Those would be limited to 2 per day. Under Phase 2, limited indoor visits will be allowed. Only 1 visitor will be allowed per resident, but everyone will also need to wear a mask and be screened for symptoms before entering the building. In the 3rd phase, more visitors will be allowed inside, and residents will be able to leave as long as they practice social distancing, wear a mask, and are screened for symptoms when they return. Now, the 4th phase would allow for basically pre-coronavirus visitation practices. However, facilities will still need to follow COVID-19 testing guidance for staff and residents and will screen people for symptoms.
The upshot of what we will announce today will mean more grandmothers visiting their grandchildren. It'll mean more fathers visiting their sons. It'll mean more friends getting together.
And Governor Inslee also says that for facilities to successfully reopen, nobody can test positive for the coronavirus for 28 straight days. Time now for your morning rush. More news in less time. The Idaho mother of 2 children who were found dead on her husband's property has waived her preliminary hearing this week. Lori Vallow appeared in court this week in southern Idaho, and by waiving her preliminary hearing, Vallow's case will automatically go to district court for trial. As of right now, neither Vallow or her husband, Chad Daybell, have been charged directly with killing 7-year-old J.J. Vallow or 16-year-old Tylee Ryan. Now, at a later date, Vallow will be required to enter a plea to charges against her, including felony charges related to concealing evidence. That date has not yet been set. A car chase through Spokane yesterday ended with a van hitting a bus. According to the Spokane County Sheriff's Office, the driver, who had been sleeping in the van, tried to avoid talking to deputies and took off. Deputies later say the van had been reported missing back on July 14th. The Sheriff's Office is now seeking a search warrant for the van to see if there's any stolen property inside. The Big Sky Conference is preparing to postpone all conference football games to the spring. Yesterday's decision means we likely won't see Eastern Washington or Idaho football play until 2021. Now, more details are expected as part of an official announcement later today. A big announcement from the University of Washington is nearly all courses will be remote this fall. In a message to students, President Anna Marie Kause said that more than 90% of classes will be remote. The exception is a select number of graduate programs that require in-person learning. Campus housing will still be open to students. A Puyallup High School graduate has died from COVID-19 complications. 19-year-old Eli Sevener was a star athlete at the school, and his football coach described him as a goofy, fun guy. Washington state health experts say deaths of teenagers and children due to COVID-19 have been rare. That's your morning rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood by using the hashtag UpWithKREM on social media. Dana Marie?
Thank you so much, Joshua. 8:09 now. If you're just opening up social media this morning, there's a big conversation hitting your news feed. The National Rifle Association faces a major fight. New York is seeking to dissolve it for what the Attorney General calls years of self-dealing and illegal conduct that violates the New York Charities law and undermines its own vision. So we're breaking down what this means. The lawsuit argues the nonprofit's leaders basically used one of the most powerful organizations in America as a personal piggy bank, spending money on trips to the Bahamas, safaris in Africa, private jets, expensive meals, and other private travel. An example, it says CEO Wayne LaPierre dropped more than $3.6 million on luxury black car services and travel consultants just in the past 2 years. Now, in response, President Trump called the lawsuit a terrible thing, adding the NRA should just move to Texas.
That's a very terrible thing that just happened. I think the NRA should move to Texas and lead a very good and beautiful life.
The NRA weighed in response, calling the lawsuit a baseless, premeditated attack. You can see a statement here posted on social media. That transparent attempt to score political points in the 2020 election, they say. The NRA says its members will not be intimidated. All right, 8:10 now. Still ahead on Up with KREM. We want to know what you think about school dress codes. Should students have to follow them when they're taking classes online? You can vote now in our KREM 2 mobile app. 61% are saying no way.
Hi, this is Lake Coeur d'Alene. Happy Friday, everyone. Thanks for joining us. This is what we've got outside. We're going to be dealing with mostly clear conditions, but some cooler temperatures. Details on what your weekend looks like, which involves some warmer temperatures at least. It's all after the break here on Up with KREM. Stay with us.
Create your ideal outdoor space this summer with a new John Deere compact utility tractor from Pape Machinery for 0 down and 0% financing for 84 months. Learn more at papemachinery.com.
Is it time you got more from your outdoor living spaces? At Jacobs Custom Living, we have the area's largest selection of outdoor products. Umbrellas, retractable awnings, and roller shades to beat the heat of the day. Fire pits for cool evenings. Choose from our 4 models.
That was the most perfect timing.
Hundreds of them. Jacobs will help.
So Evan is first.
Jacobs Custom Living for quality, style, and the largest
Going daily checklist, then weather, then New Music Friday.
Face coverings are going to be with us for a while. Just about everyone in Washington must wear a mask when they go out in public, as essential as our wallet or our keys. So put it in a place you will see on your way out the door. Keep a clean one in your car. If you have certain health conditions, you may be exempt, but check with your doctor. And if you have kids older than 2, make sure they have theirs. Because masks are a proven way to help stop the spread of COVID-19. Mask up to open up, Washington. Visit coronavirus.wa.gov/masks.
Book 2 separate qualifying stays and earn a free night. The open road is open again, and wherever you're headed, Choice Hotels is there. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
At Wendell Nissan, you are respected, you are valued, and we have an experience tailored for your lifestyle. WendellNissan.com allows you to research and find the perfect vehicle and financing information prior to arriving on our lot. Whether it's the 2020 Rogue Sport, Rogue, or another Nissan model, our trained staff will help you find the perfect fit. For your tailored experience, come see us at Wendell at the Y or WendellNissan.com.
Hush, hush, baby, nobody will break it.
The calming scent of lavender by Downy Infusions Calm. Laundry isn't done until it's done with Downy.
When the Murrays started using Gain Ultra Flings, they fell in love with its irresistible scent. Looks like their dog Michelangelo did too. Gain Ultra Flings with 2 times OxyBoost and Febreze.
This summer you can take home a new John Deere compact utility tractor backed by Pape's legendary 10-year warranty. With 23 locations throughout the West, Pape Machinery is open and ready to support you.
Welcome back to Up with KREM, 8:14 this morning. Time for your daily checklist. Stories worth knowing about before you start your day. The White House continues to raise the stakes in its battle with the Chinese social media network TikTok. Just yesterday, President Trump signed an executive order to bar any transaction with ByteDance, that's the app's Beijing-based owner. Now, that order takes effect late next month, but earlier this week, Microsoft also announced it was in advanced talks to buy TikTok's U.S. operations, with hopes that a deal would be finalized by mid-September. Protests broke out in Lebanon overnight as demonstrators say that they're angry about the explosion earlier this week that killed 135 people. Protesters claim that explosion was preventable, saying warnings about the dangerous chemicals near the port of Beirut went ignored. More than 250,000 homes were destroyed in the explosion. At least 66 players in the NFL have chosen to sit out of the 2020 season over COVID-19 concerns. The players who have opted out for medical reasons will get a $350,000 stipend. Players who did so voluntarily will be paid $150,000. And only 3 teams had no players opt out. Those teams are the Steelers, the Falcons, and the Chargers. All right, let's shift over to our Friday morning forecast with Evan and Ronnie.
I almost passed out when you said a $350,000 stipend. That's just for them to get by?
Yeah, just for them to not play.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. But I don't even have words.
No words. It's all right. Let's just talk about weather so we don't think about the numbers.
That's exactly what we're going to do. I'm just going to take my mind completely off of that. Take a look at what your almanac for the day shows. 76 degrees as that afternoon high. It's going to be below average for this time of year. 85 is average, so we're going to be 10 degrees below average. Overnight lows have been pretty chilly, too. We woke up this morning to mainly upper 40s and low 50s, and quite a breeze out there, too. So we still have 12-mile-an-hour sustained speeds in Spokane, 7 in Deer Park and Coeur d'Alene, and 4 off in Ritzville. It's going to be a breezy day at times, but mainly in the high single digits and low double digits, so not too windy. The clouds are going to be breaking apart for most of the day, and we're moving towards sunny skies. But tomorrow is going to be a partly cloudy day as well, so expect a little bit of interference tomorrow from seeing the sun completely, especially through the morning hours. 24-hour temperature change, though, shows what an impact this cold front has had on us. We woke up to some spots seeing near 20-degree differences between this morning's overnight low and yesterday's overnight low. So 24-hour temperature change now, as of right now, shows 9 degrees colder in Spokane, 13 in Coeur d'Alene, 11 in Sandpoint, and 8 in Pullman. So it is definitely a chillier start to the day today. That's why we've been talking about it. Kind of feeling a little fall-like, right? With upper 40 and low 50-degree temperatures and maybe rainy conditions like we saw yesterday. But things are moving in the right direction. We are starting to see pressure change, and pressure is increasing. That's good news. That means as high pressure builds, we see those clouds clear out, we see showers clear out, and we see warmer temperatures. High pressure typically associated with that dry weather pattern, whereas low pressure, if we were seeing red across the screen, would be showing the opposite. We do see some clouds that will drift in toward tomorrow morning, though. So today's a dry day, and then here are those clouds tomorrow morning, about 4:30 a.m. Not really too much of an impact. Partial cloud cover that continues all the way through your Saturday, and then into Sunday we clear up once again, move towards sunny skies out there. High temperatures through the afternoon are going to be in the 70s and 80s. 77 for Ritzville, 76 for Wilbur, 81 for Omak up around Okanagan County. Hello to our viewers in Sandpoint at 71 degrees this afternoon, and 72 for Moscow. So here's that 7-day forecast. We keep warming up, though. Saturday and Sunday both going to bring us to the low 80s and then mid 80s into Sunday, upper 80s by Monday of next week. And then by the time we get into about the middle and later portion of next week, we could start to see some showers roll in, but we are mostly just going to be favoring a couple clouds out there, especially into about Wednesday of next week, which looks to be a pretty nice day overall with low 80-degree temperatures out there. All right, it is 8:18 right now, and it's time for New Music Friday, where we share with you guys what we're listening to start off our Friday morning, all the new songs that have come out, and we want to hear from you as well, right, Joshua?
Yeah, so I want to make a real quick note. My graphics messed up this morning, so I can't show you that our director, Erica, suggested Lose Your Love by the Dirty Projectors. That's her song suggestion. But Evan, I've been listening to a lot of music this week.
Yeah, well, hey, you've had time to, right? You've been able to enjoy the new dog. And does Tangeroo like music?
Tangeroo is a big fan of music. Of course, he rocks a little harder than I'm used to.
But yeah, exactly, right? Exactly, classic rock kind of stuff.
That's right. He's into anything that makes him sort of get amped up.
Exactly. All right. Well, the song that I chose for this week is a new song by Iconopop. I was just briefing Joshua. If you remember the name Iconopop, they had a song called I Love It, that I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you remember it.
Right.
The new song that they have as of this morning is called Feels in My Body, and that's by Icona Pop. And it's just a catchy, fun, upbeat song for our Friday morning. I like to choose those kinds of ones that get us started, maybe feeling in a weekend mood early. So works out. And then we'll be listening and checking in on your pick, right, Joshua, later on in the show?
Our next half hour. We encourage you, send your picks as well, 509-448-2000. But let's listen to this break. This song, rather, as we head to break. I got so excited.
Exactly.
Love Local, proudly sponsored by